Let's talk about a pizza video game history.
What?
So far, 2024 has certainly been a challenging year for gaming, with it feeling like more negative news stories have been pushed to the forefront of our minds than positive ones. But as depressing as goings-on have been at times, at least there have been some fun stories that have slipped through the cracks, including the absolute tomfoolery making the rounds that is this image. That's right, your eyes are not deceiving you. Someone seems to have taken a PlayStation 5 development kit and disguised it as a pizza oven, which of course leads to the question,
Why?
so let's answer that question and more today as we look back at this utterly ridiculous story. I am Lady Decade and this is the story of the PizzaStation 5 development pizza kit. I think the most sensible place to start with this tale is by talking about console development kits themselves and why they are so important. Essentially, a console development kit is a specialised version of a gaming console provided to game developers before the console's official release. Obviously, these expensive bits of machinery are indispensable for developers because they offer the necessary tools and environment to create, test and optimise games for upcoming consoles, giving programmers the opportunity to work on games way before the system's official releases. These coveted pieces of hardware differ from their commercial cousins as they usually offer enhanced hardware and software tools, such as additional memory, debugging tools and connectivity options. These features enable detailed performance tracking and troubleshooting, helping developers refine their games. Console manufacturers distribute these kits under strict control to maintain confidentiality and security, preventing leaks about their upcoming hardware. More often than not, these development kits can make the difference between having a strong launch lineup with polished, high-quality games and facing delays or subpar releases that fail to utilise the console's capabilities fully. Without such dev kits existing, it would be unlikely that we would have access to the hundreds of thousands of video games that have been created over the years. 2024 is certainly a tough period to live through, with prices continuing to skyrocket and go out of control. But don't worry, because I can get you up to 90% off of thousands of AAA, indie and high quality titles. Use my links via the pinned comment to get amazing titles for next to nothing right now, many of which were created on development kits. So as dev kits are obviously not intended to be in the hands of gamers directly, it's pretty safe to assume that these would be kept under lock and key, right? Not only are they clearly not meant for public consumption, but they often have the capacity to reveal the secrets of a console before information is officially put out there. So, generally speaking, they're absolutely not meant to go walkies. So selling them could be considered even more concerning to hardware manufacturers. Keeping all of this in mind, this means that dev kits are typically provided to developers under extremely strict licensing agreements, with terms often stipulating that the dev kits remain the property of the console manufacturer, with it not being legal for them to be sold or transferred to another party. This makes it unsurprising that developers who receive dev kits are usually required to sign NDAs that prohibit them from sharing, selling or distributing the technology. These agreements are designed to protect proprietary tech and confidential information, and breaking these terms can spell doom for the development house involved. To ensure everything is kept secure, modern dev kits often include multiple security features that can deactivate the kit if used outside of authorized conditions. Unauthorized sales or distribution can lead to significant consequences, including legal action from the console manufacturer, lawsuits, fines, and other penalties, including studio closures. So, bearing this in mind, you might be building up a picture as to why a pizza was placed on top of one. This brings us rather nicely to an article on the website known as Tom's Hardware, which discusses an amusing and unique incident where somehow a Sony PlayStation 5 development kit was sold on eBay despite potential legal ramifications. Listed as a PizzaStation 5 development pizza kit, a cheeky sod out there seems to have sold a coveted piece of console hardware in the amusing and unique disguise of a pizza oven. Twitter user @ConsoleVariations would also report on the story, stating, "Someone sold a PS5 dev kit as a PlayStation pizza kit And it worked. It was sold for $6K, highly likely to avoid being delisted from Sony for selling his development kit. Apart from the fact that this is utterly hilarious, what on earth is going on here? The article explains that in the gaming industry, development kits, as discussed, are pre-release console hardware with additional development features, with their distribution being strictly regulated. Also, as covered, reselling such kits can lead to significant repercussions, including, in extreme cases, developers or studios being blocked by the console manufacturer. In this case, the pizza disguise likely helped the listing evade detection by automated systems. What's even crazier is that the eBay listing featured not just the development kits but also a custom spatula with a classic PlayStation logo, and the kit sold for approximately €6,000. While the story is gaining traction now, rumours suggest that the sale might have occurred as early as September 2021, though this remains unverified, but I'll go on to that shortly. In fact, if you visit @Console Variations Twitter account, you'll find another update which reads, "Small world, but the PizzaStation owner contacted us. You are very welcome." The image on the tweet shows a DM they received saying, "Thanks for bringing the PizzaStation 5 news back to light. Good old times, it was my listing, haha." As you can see from the picture, they posted the same one again, but with another piece of paper over the top showing their socials. While the picture looks real enough, following the socials doesn't yield much information. For example, the Facebook link doesn't exist, and searching robert.sebo on Instagram brings up nothing substantial, only a bio partially written in Italian that translates to nerd, geek, gamer, minimalist, misanthrope, and includes their PSN account. The only inference I can make is that the dev kit might have been with a company in Italy, or someone took it there. The only noteworthy thing on their Instagram profile is the tagged pictures, which is a post by before they were famous, which includes more images of the PizzaStation, the initial eBay write-up, and close-up pictures listing specs like the model number, console storage, and version number. This post, as you can see at the time of writing this, appears to have been made around 146 weeks ago, so well over 2 years ago, with the listing itself being 3 years old, dating back to August of 2021. Despite rather extensive efforts on my part to find further details, nothing concrete came up. I also tried to find the eBay listing using different search terms, but this yielded no results either. In fact, its lack of visibility online is rather interesting. For example, eBay listings are only visible for a short amount of time, so it's highly unlikely that I would actually manage to find a listing from 3 years ago. I can't use the Wayback Machine because I don't have a direct URL. And another intriguing point is that when I searched for the articles cited on the eBay listing, none of them turned up. I typed PizzaStation 5 development pizza kit into Google and found pages and pages of content about it that have been uploaded within the last few days, but nothing older. So, what can we surmise from this? I mean, it's clear that the story has gone viral recently, which explains the surge of new articles. And we can be thankful for the screenshots that someone took when the original listing was made. Whoever did that deserves some kind of award, as these images provide some of the only concrete evidence that this really happened. Without them, it would be even harder to verify the story's authenticity. Building on all of this, I also found a Reddit post that provided more information than the pictures I saw on Instagram. In this post, you can clearly see the name of the seller, Nobisco. Naturally, I tried to find this seller on eBay, but the account is missing as well. Now, I'm no expert, but I suspect that when this story went viral in the past, it must have certainly caught Sony's attention, with a likely result being that any older content or listings might have been deliberately removed or hidden to avoid detection by automated systems or to comply with takedown requests from Sony or other parties involved. Sony could have reached out to eBay, Google, news sites, and possibly even YouTubers who covered the story, requesting them to remove the content. With their vast resources, Sony certainly has the means to do so. Sony would likely want to have information regarding its PS5 development kits removed from the internet for several critical reasons. First and foremost, as we mentioned earlier, development kits contain proprietary technology and detailed specifications that are vital to maintaining a competitive edge in the gaming industry. Leaking this information could reveal trade secrets and design innovations to competitors, jeopardizing Sony's market position and strategic plans. Additionally, exposing the inner workings of development kits can lead to potential security vulnerabilities. If hackers and malicious actors gain access to this sensitive information, they could exploit it to create unauthorized software or modify the consoles in ways that compromise its integrity. By removing such information, Sony aims to protect the security and functionality of its products, let alone those dastardly home brewers might be able to think up some dastardly fun for us to enjoy, God forbid. Another significant concern for Sony is the unauthorized use and distribution of development kits. These kits are provided to developers under strict licensing agreements that prohibit their resale or transfer. So publicly available information about these kits can encourage unauthorized sales and usage. In other words, China. Sony obviously has a vested interest in minimizing these risks by controlling the dissemination of information about their development kits. Furthermore, leaked information can lead to misinformation or misinterpretation about the console's capabilities, which could affect consumer expectations and impact sales. By controlling the release of information, Sony can ensure that the market receives accurate and carefully curated details about their products, supporting their marketing strategies and maintaining their brand image. Overall, removing information about the PS5 development kits from the internet helps Sony protect its intellectual property, uphold licensing agreements, secure its products, and manage its brand's reputation effectively. So it's for these reasons that we live in a ridiculous world where someone felt the need to disguise it as a pizza oven. Honestly, sometimes reality is more hilarious than fiction. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget you can get up to 90% off thousands of great games by using my affiliate links via the pinned comments. Or if you want to support my channel in a more personal way, gain access to my behind the scenes cosplay photos and more, then consider backing the show over on Patreon. I look forward to trying to entertain you all again soon.